problem, we have a chart, and it displays the daytime high and the nighttime low temperatures for one Friday in Anchorage, Alaska. So here's the high, -7, and here's the low, -16. And if we think about that on a number line or on a thermometer, we get the same result. We can see that if here's 0 in both cases on the thermometer or number line, -7 would be about here, and -16 would be about there. Here's -7, and here's about -16. Either case, you can say that -16 is more negative than -7, so it's lower. And we want to know here, how many degrees did the temperature drop from the high to the low? So in other words, if the high was at -7, how far do we jump to get to -16? Well, first, let's just start by counting. We get -8, -9, -10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my strategy for counting there was horrible, but let me just count it again. We have -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12, -13, -14, -15, -16. So here we hopped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 degrees lower, right, from -7 to 16. Another way to think about this is to take -7 and subtract -16 from it. That finds the distance between them. So to subtract a negative, I just add these two. And if I have -7 but +16, what I really have is +9. An easy way to think about that is that if we have a number line again, and here's -7, we're going to add 16 to that. We'll have to add 7 to get to 0, and then another 9, right, to add a total of 16. So here from -7 plus 7 gives me to 0, plus another 9 from 0 is 16 total. We're trying to add 16. We do get +9. So here it's 9 degrees warmer to go from -16 to -7. And if I had more room, I probably would have used a number line, set up from -16 to -7, and counted how many hops it takes from -16 up to 7. So here in part B, it says the warmest recorded temperature in Anchorage is 96 degrees higher than the Friday nighttime low temperature. So here's the low temperature, -16, and the warmest temperature is 96 degrees warmer to that, so I'm going to add 96. And I can see that the answer is 80. Now the way I think about this is there's a balance between the positive and negative numbers I'm adding. And in fact, 96 is much further from 0. It's much more positive than -16 is negative. What I mean there is that -16 is much closer to 0. If you think about a really rough sketch, here's 0, -16 would be about here, and 90 is all the way out here. It's a much greater absolute value or distance from 0. And then when I look at it as well, how much further is it from 0? Well, if 16 is 16 away from 0, and 90 is 90 away from 0, that means that 90 is 90 minus 16 further, which is what? 96. I wrote 90 here. 96 minus 16 equals, right, 80 degrees. That means that the distance from 0 to 90 is 80 degrees further than -16. Well, that means the answer has to be 80, because the first 16 digits of 96 are canceled out by the 16 negatives, right, when we have -16. So what's left over, that +80, is the answer. And there are other videos where I talk about why this makes sense, but that's my strategy for this problem. Okay, hope that helps.